What I want to do here is I want to get right into Claude, right? As you can see right here, we have a Claude screen. You're going to go to Claude.com. Very simple, very easy to do, right? Think fast. Why Claude is so popular in today's world is because it makes complex tasks easy. ChatGPT is more or less a chat agent now. They're coming out with something called Codex, which is something we'll dive into a later episode, but it's really trying to catch up with Claude. Cowork right now is trying to catch up with Claude in general right now because Claude is able to doing all these automated tasks for you, scheduling them for you, as well as Codex is now doing the same thing, but in a slower pace. So Claude is really becoming a powerhouse when it comes to small to medium-sized businesses, and we'll talk about today and hear why. So go ahead and create an account with Google or utilize your continue with email. You will now be brought to the pricing page, right? Now, no overall examples. AI is not free today, right? I wish there was a free way. There is free models you can get that are very, concise. But if you want to make the bold side of your buck, I would highly recommend doing an individual plan to start and then utilizing Pro, the $17 or $20 monthly plan and coinciding with that, right? So highly recommend starting with this. This is going to allow for your overall usage and utilization of what you're doing to be structured and efficient. So that's step one. We went to Claude.com. We sign up in an account. We now have a Pro account with Claude. Now you're thinking to yourself, cool, I got ChatGPT again, right? Let's take it a step further. You're going to then go to claude.com/download, as you can see here, and that's going to allow you to download it for your Mac OS, your desktop of your computer, or your Windows of your computer, making it very simplified again. So go ahead and download it, and that is going to bring you to Claude overall focus of desktop, right? As you can see fit right here, what we have in front of us is an overall project in a notion of Claude. The beautiful thing about Claude is it's very easy to functional to use. On the top left, you'll see something highlighted and called Cowork. Please select Cowork and then select New Project. Let's forget about everything else. You signed in, you downloaded Claude. You now have Cowork on your left-hand side. You now have a new project. I'm now doing Company One, as I found a project location for that, right? We'll go ahead and click that. And now we are brought to Company One. Now you're thinking to yourself, cool, I downloaded Claude, I paid for Claude, whatever it might be. Let's look at this from a holistic approach, right? We now have a chatbot in our Claude. What to do from here, right? Number one is give it instructions, right? Edit these instructions to be very due diligent for what your goals and objectives are. For example, if you're a property company, HVAC company, you want to get more leads, you want to focus yourself, have that be an envisionment of what this is. If you're a CEO saying, how do I grow my business? Type in a prompt, edit instructions, or envision what you want that to look like. The beautiful thing about Claude is instead of writing those instructions by yourself and making it trying to guess, ask Claude those questions, right? I'm a business owner. I have a new project in Cowork set up now. I want, as an HVAC company, to grow my leads. I want to be able to get more customers. I want to have focus in my day. Type that in. It's going to allow for you to create a custom instruction for you, right? If you're a CEO of a company, you're saying, hey, I want to get more time back in my day and I want to make sure I'm structured every day to completing tasks and following up with clientele. So number one, go ahead and type that all in. You can use the voice agent to talk to it. You can type that all in and say, my goal of this is to create instructions for my company. Okay. Number two is connectors. As you can see here, you have something called settings, and then you can go to connectors right away. And then that overall fascination of it is you're connecting your applications you utilize daily. Again, this is very vital to success, right? Gamma, Slides, Gmail, Calendar, Drive. This is going to allow for Claude to be able to control your Gmail, look at information, dissect who you are, follow up on tasks for you, as well as automate a lot of your tasks for you. So step one, go into connectors after you've made your project, connect all these, configure them very quickly to do, very easy to do. Install something called Claude in Chrome, which is a Claude Code extension. Very simple to use. All you're going to do is go back to your Chrome, say Claude or Chrome. It's going to be the first one that pops up, and you're going to easily be able to download that. And what that's going to entail you to do is, I'm on an incognito here browser, is utilize Claude with their $17 a month, plan that you bought in Chrome to do tasks for you each and every day, right? So we go ahead and configure this. We go ahead and configure Chrome desktop, PowerPoints, anything you want on this side of things, right? Now, if we go back to the projects we have here, we have Company One. We can now see that we have the ability to look at this from a holistic approach of all the connectors I have adapted to myself, which being a vast amount of them, right? You can go ahead and manage those like we just did. You can go ahead and add plugins to Apollo, Design, Sales, and Starter, and Moodyos. And this is going to allow for your skills to be created, right? Now, setting up your Claude project. starts with one, filling out instruction, two, giving it context. Meaning context means that you're going to go into your computer, go to your drive, go to where your company is, your website, and download all that information for your project. The more information it has, the more it's going to be able to look at and help you structure yourself accordingly to how your business is built and tell you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. The best way I like to do this is use instructions. Click on them. From there, you're going to say more or less, I want you to be honest with me. If I mess up on something or if I need to follow up with something, correct me. If I am going to envision myself to be a better person or help this company grow, challenge me, right? Those are the type of instructions that I put into my overall project to ensure that I'm doing my job, following up with people correctly, that I have instructions set for Claude to tell me when I'm doing poor, when I'm doing great, and that I can create my own self and a better approach, right? Number two is skill. Go into skills, go into manage skills or add skills. You can go ahead and search a skill repository that'll help you do that. So the first thing I would do after you've had your instructions, go in here, type in something called skill create. Now, all we're going to do once you install skill create is type this in with a hash, not a hashtag, sorry, and say, I want you to create a skill as I am the CEO of Pfeiffer Digital. And I want to be able to, every time, give you context, information, and overall make it strategize to help me grow, to be smart, to and focus myself each and every day on my task. Create that, press let's go. Claude's going to ask you a number of questions. From there, it'll create a skill for you. So now every time, once you go back to here, type in skill, you'll be able to see John Pfeiffer skill, Pfeiffer Digital skill, and that's going to allow it to give it context to what you're trying to do. Now, that's number one. Number two, we've talked about. And number three, right, is all those connectors that are now connected, all the skills you have connected, or all the instructions you now have. Now we can start to get fun with. Again, if you have questions and you're saying, I don't understand this, go to the project, ask it. What would you do to ensure I'm doing this correctly? That's where people mess up. They just try to do it on their own. Just ask Claude. How do I figure out what I should do to make sure this project is set up? His schedules is the last. This is a beautiful part about why agents are becoming so popular. Agents are an AI automation that allow you to do tasks free, right? And how you can save time and time in your day, each and every day by adding a scheduled task. So for example, we do skill, right? Again, we'll just do skill creator for this example, but this would be Pfeiffer Digital AI. We now say, with the context given from skill creator / Pfeiffer Digital, I want you to create a task every day to give me a daily by scraping my email, my drive, my calendar, and tell me what I need to follow up on, what I should structure myself for, and what I could do to be efficient in that day to allow myself to be structured, right? And then you say, please create a scheduled task for me to run at 8 a.m. That's all you got to do in this prompt. Again, very simple. It's going to ask you questions. It's going to create a scheduled task each and every day for you at 8. Beautiful. Now you have gone from adding instructions to creating connectors to now creating a. Once you are done with that, you will notice how easy it is to use Claude and foundationally go from step 1 to step 6 and creating a company fluid motion, right? This is step 1 in creating AI to leverage your technology and help you be efficient in your next steps in your overall company. If you want the full, click comment and say Claude, and I'll send it over. Hey, hey.